Adam Rooney, how much did you enjoy that match tonight? You got on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, it was great. It was obviously the bounce back after the disappointment of the weekend. We wanted to come out and get the right reaction from the lads. So we started the game really well. Thought we mixed our game up well. We kept at the back, moved the ball around, and at the right times we went in behind and caused them a few problems. And it's obviously nice to get that early goal. It kind of settles the team down, and then to go in a 2-0 up, obviously delighted. I think it could have probably been 3 or 4 at that stage.
Yeah, good combination up top, I thought, with Jason. He seems to respond to you a little bit.
When he listens to me. Obviously enjoyed playing with Kells pre-season. We were down to the bare bones, and me and him had to lead the line a lot in pre-season until he picked up his injury. So, I think all the fans can see he's 100%. He gives everything he has, and he's a handful for defenders, and he wants to score goals. He's really good at actually getting on the end of things in the box. You can see he doesn't look the biggest lad, but sometimes he gets his head involved in the box, and he's a really good finisher. So delighted for him to get the goal.
How important was it for you to lead the line out there tonight? Did you feel you got a specific job to do?
Just try and use experience on the pitch to manage the game a little bit. We knew after the weekend we kind of needed just a bit of calming in there. I think all down and coming in the back helps that, so I thought up the top end of the pitch might be able to help organise, and just even for things like set plays we were a bit off the other day. I think you could see the other day there was a bit of tiredness in the group after the back of the Brackley game. There was a few lads looked a bit not leggy but more mentally drained, so I think just having a bit of experience in him probably helped us a little bit tonight.
And Paul Caddis was on at the weekend. He was on about character and belief. Well, the players must believe in themselves after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously the dressing room was buzzing in there. We've been very strong at home. There's probably a bit of a disappointment that more people didn't get in the score sheet event. But no, really good performance. Obviously that's what you want at home. Good crowd here again tonight for Tuesday night, and hopefully we can make this place a bit of a fortress. And
the tenacity and desire right at the end, because to be fair, Banbury just fell apart, I thought, at the end. They couldn't cope with the intensity.
Yeah, to be fair to them, they had a spell in the first half, I think, when they got control of the game, but even then I think everyone was in defending the box, putting their body on the line, and then late on, I've been in that situation before when you're losing 3-1 and there's not long to go, people tend to give up a little bit, but luckily we brought fresh legs on and lads who wanted to come on and, as I said earlier, make an impact and get themselves in the score sheet, and they were driven to do that and keep going. So it's the first time I think we've actually gone and done that at home and gone and got 3 or 4 goals, so it's nice to get the lads on the score sheet.
You can probably give us an insight into how many players are close to full fitness now, because there's still 1 or 2, Andy Williams for one, and not quite there yet, but other than that there seems to be more or less clean bill of health.
Yeah, it's probably the first time. We obviously Derricott as well is coming back, but no, it's probably the first time in the last few games now where we've actually had a squad of players. We thought, right, we actually have to decide who's going to go on the bench, which is, it's not a nice thing to do, to leave lads out who've done really well, but at the same time it's a good problem to have, because at least it means we've got options now. We've been unfortunate for a lot of the season with the amount of injuries we've had. A lot of key players have been out for long-term injuries, so it's good to have players back and pushing them. To be fair, that's only going to improve the squad. If you have that competition for places, even if it's to get on the bench, it's going to drive the lads on. Yeah,
it has to, because that's competition. Once you get into a certain level, then you have, as a player, I'm sure you would be the first to say, you've got to look over your shoulder then, thinking, I need to perform if I want to wear this shirt.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we want. Training's been really good, the intensity of training when we get to do it. But now the amount of games coming up, everyone's going to be used. Gaffer touched on it earlier. Kobe, brilliant today. He wasn't in the squad the weekend, but to come in and probably man the match tonight in terms of his effort and how much problems he caused them. So that's what we need, that type of reaction from lads, and I'm sure everyone else that's come on the bench and who hasn't been on the bench will be pushing to try and get back into the team.
How does the trophy rate in your standards and targets this season coming up at the weekend?
Obviously the main focus for us is the league, but at the same time it's a cup competition with a chance for the club to go to Wembley. So listen, myself and the gaffer, no matter what game we play, we want to win a game. So regardless if it's a cup or a league, we want to win that game. So as you said earlier, a few lads might get minutes that haven't played, maybe a few might be rested because there's some players in that team who've done a lot of running over the last few games and a few weeks, so maybe a chance to give them a break. But we'll put a team up there, we want to go and win the game.
Well, thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.
Given that Brackley, Tamworth, I'll start that again. Given that tonight's opposition lost. I'm going to start again, sorry.
You're okay.
Right.
You're okay.
Right, let's get back to where we were. Given that this team came here tonight and had beaten Tamworth at the weekend, we were a bit surprised that they weren't a bit stronger in general terms.
Really, to be honest, goals change games, change momentum of games. When you go 1 up and then you get the second goal, it can kind of kill a bit of team spirit. The best thing for us was probably the reaction to the second half, and it goes to 2-1. you can start getting a bit nervous and possibly crumble a little bit. But I thought the reaction was brilliant. I think we played really good stuff tonight, caused them a lot of problems, but I'm sure everyone's seen in this league in the past, I don't think form means a whole lot in this league. You've seen, I think Southport came here earlier in the season on the back of, I think they'd won one game in 15 and they'd done a job on us, and then they went and won the next 4 or 5 games. It happens quite often. I think Tamworth went 10 unbeaten and then lost 3 on the bounce, so it happens in this league. It's the inconsistency, and that's what we're trying to drive home. The gaffer touched on it earlier. It's not about doing the unbelievable thing or hitting the 40-yard pass or putting the ball in the top corner. If you can consistently do the basics well, you give your best chances at winning the game. The one thing we always demand is hard work, and you give 100%. If you can match that with being confident on the ball and doing the basics well, you give yourself a good chance.
How important is Jason Cowley to the team? Obviously he's kind of been a massive boost since he's come back, especially now he kind of looks fitter than he looked maybe two weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we see in pre-season how good he is, and all know he's a great goal scorer and his work rate up there. He's a massive loss for us, himself and Willow, to go down. Obviously the start of the season was an ideal start to the season for us. I ended up leading the line quite a lot, and if I wasn't scoring then we were struggling. We obviously got Ethan in, who's done a brilliant job, and as the gaffer said again, his reaction has been brilliant because he's probably come out of the game recently but came on today and got his goal, so buzzing for him. But yeah, no, Kells is massive for us, his tenacity up there, his work rate, his desire. He wants to get shots off, he just wants to score goals, he just wants to get the goals. He's probably raging getting taken off tonight because he had to go to see the baby, so I said hopefully all goes well from there, but yeah, I'm sure he probably would have wanted to stay on and try to get a hat-trick.
And do you enjoy playing alongside a striker like with that tenacity that Cowley's got?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously as I got older I haven't got the legs to be running around like him, so it's good to have someone there to run along beside me. But no, he's good to play with, to be honest. He picks up good positions off me and we have a good relationship at the minute, but I said even Ethan came on doing really well, so we've got good options at the minute up front, so hopefully if Will comes back, hopefully in some stage near future, then hopefully we can have some good potential of going with more goals.
Yeah.